I'm Paige West from Electronics Specifier, and I'm here at Southern Manufacturing and Electronics 2025. And I've popped by the Altus Group booth to have a chat with Joe, the CEO. So thank you for taking the time. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and introduce the company as well?
Yeah. So thanks for coming to see us, firstly. My name is Joe, CEO of Altus. Altus Group are a distributor of electronic production equipment. We're uniquely different in the sense that we cover an entire facility of an electronics manufacturer. So we can support SMT assembly, THT assembly, component management, as well as consumables and back-end processes. So you can kind of imagine us as a one-stop shop. Mm-hmm. And today we're at Southern. I love being here, actually. Yeah. It's one of my favourite events of the year. Yeah. In day 2, so we're right in the thick of it now.
Yeah. I think I met you for the first time a couple of years ago at Southern, so it's nice to be back and speaking with you. And since the last time I spoke with you then, which I think was about 3 years ago, how's the market been? You know, what's the company been up to?
The general trend for us is upwards. I'm kind of an optimistic guy, so we believe in the future, we believe in the UK manufacturing, and we've gone from strength to strength. I gave a talk yesterday and I was kind of describing that we see things as a glass half full, and because of that things kind of stick to us. Mm-hmm. So in the last 3 years we might have doubled in size, predominantly driven by expanding our portfolio. We brought in some really exciting brands to make us a one-stop shop. And now we're paying dividends or getting dividends paid to us because of those strategic changes that we've made.
Fantastic. And are there any particular brands that stand out that you'd like to share with us today?
Well, today at the show, we've got 4 of the key brands that performed very well last year. Surprisingly, even in a down market, we actually had record years for quite a few of our suppliers. Yeah. So we've got Ascon and their vapor phase, more for an NPI level manufacturing. We've got conformal coating, which is a really hot topic in the UK at the moment. Lots of people coating their products. Yeah. We've got our stalwart in Co-Young, probably the best supplier in our portfolio. They sell their own AOI SPI. We just support the hell out of it. Yeah. And then of course Semtech. So Semtech is unique because it can solder paste jets, glue dispense and pick and place in a 1 meter footprint with about 200 8mm lanes. And there's been loads of interest. We always do quite well here, we're quite busy, but yesterday was a brilliant day, lots of engagement. And to be honest, the trends that we're seeing aren't necessarily that people are trying to optimize their SMT line, but they're trying to balance out the inefficiencies of their production facility. And because we have those capabilities in our range, we're kind of doing quite well because of it.
And how many suppliers do you have under your name now?
It's amazing, actually. I was looking at our brochure, but it's more of a Bible these days. But we're up at about 20 suppliers. We cover around 45 to 48 processes in a facility. And now customers can genuinely come to us and have a blank building and say, Altus, support us getting into NPI, mm-hmm. and we can do that for them. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why, because we've kind of got a process that fits the bill.
Yeah. And are you looking to onboard any new suppliers this year?
It's always a balance. You want to have great suppliers, and we're really comfortable with what we've got. But you don't want to have too many that you lose focus. We want to be an expert, you know. Part of having these great suppliers is having great suppliers is one thing for a customer. Having fantastic support is a whole other thing. Mm-hmm. In order to have fantastic support, you've got to have the right amount of engineers with the right sort of intelligence and know-how on the machines. Yeah. But that being said, if a supplier came around that was like another jewel in the crown, it would be really hard to say no. But there's only a couple of things that we have our eyes on. So I think we're going to head out to NEPCON and we'll be at Productronica looking for a few additional increases to our portfolio.
Excellent. And finally then, Joe, if you could sum it up in a couple of sentences, what would you say is Altus's overall mission here at Southern this week?
Our mission? I would say our mission in general is to be useful, add value, and be a consideration-based partner. So when people come to us, I want them to feel that they can come to us whether we have a process or not that suits their needs, mm-hmm. Because we'll be honest, we'll be open, and we'll tell them the considerations around an investment. Yeah. If we can pick up some new customers along the way, that's great. But I think as we've grown, we've got more and more customers that are already using us. Yeah. So I think if we can share a bit of information and add a bit of value and show some considerations about processes people are looking at, that would be a great result from the show.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing so well, and thank you very much for the update, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.